We were a gang. If one guy was in trouble, other three guys just coming in swinging.
We didn't know that this was a business. We thought it was just a big party.
I didn't know it would ever be like this.
You're 20 years old, somebody hands you $1 million, you're gonna go crazy.
Demons come creeping under the cracks of the doors and they eventually get to you. Come on, let's party. The parties would get totally out of control.
Falling down, stupid, drunk,
you're shooting heroin in your
People would go flying through windows.
Beat up
The cops would kick in the door.
Go to jail.
Like 3 girls in every bed.
Jack
Doing a ton of cocaine.
Riots.
What are we doing?
That's wrong. Didn't care if we had a hit record or if we died. We had
Everything on. I think I wrecked the car, and somebody said that my buddy's dead. They're talking about me going to prison for 7 years.
This is as low as it can possibly be.
Everybody was really starting to get up.
I was so up. I said, go ahead, suck it, fix me. I turned blue. The guy has just killed Mickey Six from Motley Crue.
All this stuff started stacking up. There was tension and people not showing up.
I was late for rehearsal one day.
It was kind of, you and
We left the band.
I was fired. I was like, this.
Him.
We just decided.
We had a promoter in the UK, and he really, really was pushing and pushing for us to try to put Motley back together. In April, there was a decision made that the audience wanted Motley Crue, but there wasn't a decision made that Motley Crue wanted Motley Crue.
How we succeed commercially is to get them to agree to a Motley Crue reunion.
Understanding that these guys still haven't been in a room to deal with each other in, 5, 6 years.
But that is the call to action. Are they ready now? And if they are, let's go.
We gotta have them out by February. It just ain't gonna happen. They're gonna move on to their own things.
So we have 6 months to pull all this off.
Yeah, without a band. How are we supposed to get a band back together, get all the tour routed and the venues booked ourselves in 6 months?
I don't think we can do that.
Well, all I can tell you is if we start moving on it like it's going to happen, I think we got a really good chance of making it happen.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's a challenge juggling what all of these individuals have in their solo endeavors to come back to, for want of a better word, the mothership that is Motley Crue.
Now I'm a very, very busy man,
Rock and roll fan from hell.
I didn't really know what I was doing when I did this band. I just wanted to be pure and real and about the music and no rap rock and no bubblegum little girl rock. In your face and real. It's not a side project. It's the real deal.
Obviously, the first question is, what's the latest on the Crüe?
We don't really know what's happening with Motley Crue because we all haven't been in the same room together
In years.
Yeah.
Carl said he was going to have Tommy call me, and Tommy didn't call. This is him being an individual, and I think you need to explain it. And if you can't, I will. I will call Tommy direct, and he either talks to me and we get this sussed out, or it's over.
You want to call right now?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Lee's about to go out in one of his biggest years. I've heard. Tommy!
I'd finished writing Tommyland, the autobiography, and it was time to go promote it. New York Times bestseller, number 12.
Number 12?
Yay! And I started the NBC show in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Though not enrolled at UNL, Tommy Lee has been functioning as a student.
I go on this like 12, 14-day book promo thing, so it's just been like non-stop.
Bunch of rumors this week. Motley Crue talking about a possible reunion.
Yeah, I heard about that. Once again, let's just say all four of us haven't been in a room together and decided what the hell's going on, so it's just a rumor yet.
Well, you need to focus on school.
You talk to Vince, and what'd he say? He's not sure he's in.
I haven't stopped touring, at all. I haven't taken one summer off. I mean, I sing the songs. I sound just like I did, years and years ago. Go out and play as Motley Crue again with the original members. People are going to have to make a commitment to do this. I'm afraid there'll be certain people in the band that'll just walk off of the tour because of their own petty self-interest.
Are you having a good time?
If it's any kind of brain damage at all, I'm out. I love playing with my band now. I mean, I'm having a great time.
Well, what about Mick? You got a guitar player that you can't get on the phone?
Mick's health is a real unknown here.
Right now we're at the bottom of a mountain looking up. Here's a band that they're not even in the same room yet. It's a lot like trying to turn the Titanic around.
So I'm selling things and I'm calling people, and I don't know if I can deliver. I don't know if there's a band.
Quite honestly, I have a lot of doubts from time to time whether or not we're going to be able to pull it off, and whether or not the band's going to be able to pull it off.
There are personality traits in this band that are abrasive to other personalities. Vince, with Tommy, their two personalities specifically are farther apart than anybody else's in the band.
Listen, Tommy's done a lot of damage with his mouth. The thing he did in the book, dogging Vince, I mean, Vince is like, the guy's never going to be my friend. He doesn't like me. He lets everybody know he doesn't like me. He doesn't like my voice. I'm hearing I've been disrespected by this guy. He's not even part of my life. I don't even know why he feels he has to talk about me.
Vince is next door.
He is?
You're kidding. Vinny! What's up, bro? How you doing, buddy? This is wearing me out. The ladies are dancing. We're going.
All right.
I'll see you, bud.
All right, buddy.
Vince, all right, so what can I do to make this meeting work for you? Tommy, it has nothing to do with any other agenda. Vince, they don't want to get in a confrontation with you. Nikki, if you want to be in a band, you've got to compromise with the majority. Nikki, it isn't about a meeting. I like you better when you were on heroin. Tommy, you asked me a question, I'm giving you the honest answer. It's not about Vince. No, you're not hearing. I hear what you're saying, but I don't understand it. You tell me, Tommy, you be the manager. The bottom line, Tommy, is if this first meeting doesn't work, we're not going to do it. If it does work, we are. So you can't lose. All right, Tommy. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
So.
They're coming.
Good work, Alan.
Oh, I gotta tell you, I think I need a respirator.
You guys are gonna have to hide the cameras because if these guys show up and they see cameras, they're gonna freak out. So, I'll work with you and we'll just find places to hide them. I have no idea what to expect from this.
We're now finally at a point where they're at least willing to get in the same room together and talk about the opportunities that are in front of them and really make a decision, hopefully as a band.
We have a big powwow with Mickey, Tommy, and Vince, who haven't been in the same room together in about 5 or 6 years.
And pick up this, and a little hidden camera. One camera up there, and one over there.
You might imagine there's a lot of unresolved personal and business issues that they all have with each other.
Vince was here. He freaked out because none of the other guys were here yet, so he left. Nikki's calling him right now because Nikki just got here to try and get him. So you guys will know.
It's something that when we get around to bringing that stuff up, Vince, you're going to have to bring that stuff up because I don't want you having anxiety over that stuff. And the fact that I was stuck in traffic is not... Okay, I understand. Let me go find Alan and find out what's up with Tommy, and I'll call you back. That way you don't have to come over here and feel frustrated. We'll address these issues later. Okay? Okay. I hear you. Okay, bye. Not a bad time for a shot.
I thought the reunion was going to be a big concert. It's like the reunion's just getting you guys in a room together.
His therapist, he says that he's had all this anxiety because we are always the ones who are late. And he's never been late. And he's never late. And that's like a big issue for him, huh?
Tommy and Carl are on their way out.
Good. Well, when you call Vince and tell Vince to come on over. Nick's always meant so much to me as a friend, and after calling for months and months and months, I had to get really aggressive about going and seeing him. Finally, he let us in, and I was shocked. That's when I really saw the illness really starting to take hold in him. And Alan Kovac had said, you know, I'll help you, but you have to let me help you. Things started to move forward because Alan contacted the doctors and the specialists and started everything in motion so Mick could get the information for him to make a decision on whether or not he wanted to do this.
Okay, so Mick couldn't be here.
Mick hasn't let anybody see him. His health is beyond deteriorated. He's 103 pounds.
Anybody got a picture of him? Is he alive?
He's depressed, beyond depressed. He's so thin and frail, and he's sort of pulled into himself. And
you know, Mick hates everything and every doctor and every. Yeah, he's not going to go.
I've been trying to get him to go to a doctor for 5 years, to go see a specialist, and he has always felt like he's beyond hope, and I don't think that's the case.
So how do we deal with him?
Well, you got to get everybody in a room, for one thing.
That you guys know better than anyone. If Vince and Tommy really want to do Motley Crue's going to happen.
But I'm just telling you that this thing cannot be just about me and Tommy. I mean, we've had our differences. I still love you to death, and you know that. But we do our differences. But this whole thing can't be just about me and Tommy getting along. We all gotta get along. Everybody has issues in this whole band. There's 4 people. It zigzags and zigzags around. So then where do we go next from here? I mean, obviously, there's got to be a commitment. Because if it's not, if there's people kind of hee-haw going, then
I'm here because I wanted to do this. I'm in.
Tom, what do you think?
I wasn't really planning on making this decision today. I just kind of wanted to come here and talk and
Okay, I'm not asking you to you have to make a decision. I'm saying, what do you just think? What do you just think about the whole thing? I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna make a decision right this second.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, I don't get real excited about going around playing the same old songs again that I played for 20 years with you guys. I just don't.
No one's gonna do this if it's gonna be this.
Yeah.
I gotta do this for the next 2 years? Okay. Hi, bro. I gotta get out of here.
We'll talk.
See you guys again.
All right, brother. Good to see you, man.
My main thing after the meeting was whether Tommy was actually serious about really doing this.
Every time I see him, it's always really weird because we don't really like each other that much. So it's just very bizarre.
If Tommy wasn't completely into doing it, there's no reason for me to use my energy.
Okay, there's a lot of feet dragging and hesitation. If Tommy did decide that he didn't feel comfortable with this, then that's like, I don't get it.
Thursday, is everyone else available then? So what day can you do it?
Well, it's been a couple weeks now since we had that first meeting, got everybody in the room. So what Alan Kovac spoke to the band about was recording some new songs, but there's still a big unknown as to how things are going to go down in the studio, to where if they're not feeling it and get freaked out, they can back out at any moment. Nobody's 100% in yet, and this thing is still very tenuous.
From that break after the first chorus, here we go.
Ironically, the way it works out, when Vince comes in, Tommy has to leave. Tommy has to leave to go shoot a show for NBC, so they're actually still not going to be in the same room together when they cut parts. And of course, Mick, with his health issues, he's going to come in at a later date as well. That old familiar feeling isn't going to be there again. It's not like a traditional Motley album, so everyone's really just going on faith, really.
Nikki and I were recording. Vince wasn't there. Like, for us, that's not really how we do it. So recording was bizarre. We'd never really done that before.
To you.
Well, cool. It's gonna be good.
That sounds great.
This is like slamming, yeah.
The kick drum was scaring me at first, but I'm loving it now.
Yeah, it's good.
It's really good. It's got crack to it.
We have such a unique set of personalities in the band, and Tommy is a very high energy guy who can sometimes be almost ADD.
Did you watch the news last night? People going to space, dude?
Oh, they did it.
Guy went to space. He's in there going. He's all.
Oh, when the thing was like
The contest?
but it started spinning.
The first one, yeah.
42 barrel rolls. The guy's just hanging on, and he was like, either was going to start making it go back towards Earth or just beast it all the way up and just get into. Some people are really good at having 8 things that go on at once, where I'm like, I just focus, put all my passion and all my energy into making something really great and finishing it. Okay, now next, what's next?
Yeah, thanks.
Take it easy, brother.
Okay?
Have fun doing your show.
All right, thanks.
It was weird with Mick not being there. I was like, wow, you know, I thought he would be there, but obviously he had more important things to deal with.
Got a lot of organic illness that needs to be addressed. And he also said that, you know, some of the medicines he's been on for pain really made him feel schizophrenic was the word that he used.
And he's, you know, he's been honest about that with us too. And
my heart really goes out to him. He has very severe ankylosing spondylitis. His neck is totally fused. His thoracic spine is totally fused. And his hips are gone. I mean, if he was otherwise healthy, benefit greatly from, you know, replacing his hips. The question is, how do where do we and how do we proceed?
What melody?
The chorus. That's the chorus.
Oh, okay.
Words now.
The recording process going in there, I still wasn't fully convinced on what we were really doing. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You like the song, Vince?
I love it. It's great.
You sleep to dream, and I'm a nightmare. Wake up and scream, 'cause this is warfare. I like to play these little games. I take your innocence.
I think it's going to work.
Nicky knows, well, he knows me, you know, he knows the way I sing, and he knows what styles I can sing and styles that I maybe can't sing. So he knows my limitations. You know, he's not going to have me singing operatic.
Singing great, Vince.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, it's okay, but...
Yeah, come on in, bro. We're going to do the original.
Oh, this is Nikki Sixx versus Vince Neil, that lawsuit.
Oh, good.
Okay. Well, since you sued me last, since you sued me last time, I'm figuring I gotta sue you, and then we'll be even, right?
I've lost track.
But did I ever sue you? From the top.
I'm sure you have. I'll let my attorney contact your attorney.
Okay. Tell me that you want it, that you need it, gotta have it, if you need it, if you want it, get it on.
Tell me that you want it, that you need it, gotta have it.
Alan's goal, once we get him into the studio here, is to introduce some of the concepts and some of the things that we have planned for the tour and the way we want to launch it, some of the marketing elements we have behind it. What we want to do for the announcement is is shut down the strip, have you play in front of the whiskey for 2 songs to announce it, make it a press conference / like 2-song, boom, send it out to the world, like a big deal. You know, maybe even have you guys come in on a helicopter.
No, it sounds great, Vince.
You just nailed it. I told him, I go, dude, he just nailed it.
It's all that singing you do every weekend.
Weekends and during the week.
Yeah.
So, Mick's at the hotel now. Got out of the hospital yesterday.
That's what I heard.
And he's doing a lot better. You know, maybe it'd be cool at some point if we paid him a visit.
Probably not today.
What's your schedule today?
I'm working.
Okay.
I'll sing till I can't sing no more.
Sounds good.
If this thing is going to happen, we have to do some press and some media. None of the guys have said no, they're definitely not doing it. They're not all committed yet either. So they've reluctantly agreed to do a photo shoot. This is going to be the first time that Tommy and Vince will see Mick in years. So we have no idea what to expect.
I didn't really know how bad it was until Nicky's like, dude, it's crazy. Like, you wouldn't even recognize him. And I was like, whoa, like, I didn't know. I was tripping, man. I was like, whoa. He's really skinny, like it scared me. Like, you know, I started shaking a little bit.
What's cracking, bud?
My neck.
My neck?
Yeah.
How are you, man?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Tommy was freaked out. I had a little kind of damp eye, you know. I was like, wow, you know, it's really bizarre to see my friend like this. You know, I didn't really know it was that bad.
I just drove my face. When I saw him for the first time, it's like, wow, Mick looks very frail. You know, and just like if you touched him, he'd break. And put a lot of doubt in my mind for the day.
Ankylosing spondylitis works on your spine, but it doesn't work on the back side of your spine. It works on the inside. So when you get the disease, you come from straight to being bent. It pulls you forward like this. And I felt like Quasimodo. like a hunchback, and it was an embarrassment for me. To help me get through the pain of the disease that I have, I've started taking opiates. I became dependent on them. It turned into an addiction. And I started eating like 18 to 20 a day. I didn't drink or anything, but I shrunk down to about 98 pounds. I was screaming for someone to help me, and there was nobody coming. And so I was stuck in this 5,500 square foot house by myself, slowly like dying. And I kind of guess I had a death wish because I didn't really care anymore. I didn't have anything to do, and I didn't want to tour, and I was tired. And I was tired, run down, and just like beat the crap. And finally, I went to a doctor, and he goes, "You're gonna die in a couple of days if you don't go into the hospital." I said, "Okay." And you can get me a bed in the hospital. There was talk of reuniting and retouring and stuff like that, but I was like apprehensive.
I just looked at Nicky and I was like, bro, is it gonna be able to do this? You know, he can barely get from there to there right now.
And I'm like, man, I don't know if, you know, this is great to do some photo sessions, but I was like, man, I don't know if we can do a tour.
I'm kind of still a little bit apprehensive on how Motley Crue fans are gonna see me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
Alan, I don't want you to freak out. I can't freak out anymore. Right, no, let's talk about it and figure it out. It's too much fun so far. He does not want to do any radio interviews and print interviews. How do you sit with the editor of Rolling Stone, talk about the cover, and then have Tommy say he doesn't do print? Yeah, but he's nervous about this right now, and he doesn't want to be sitting at a table with Vince, okay? It's about Vince, all right? And Vince and saying, "Oh, sure, we buried the hatchet. I love this guy," and hug him because he just doesn't feel that, and that's not real. He's happy to get on stage, and he'll play the game and all that, but he's nervous about compromising what his true feelings are, and that's why he says this. Look, if we're going to go do this, he owes it to himself to figure out a way to make this thing work.
Where's our drummer?
You know, we take 2 steps forward, we take 5 steps back, and we have another photo shoot, and Tommy doesn't show up.
Is everybody really in, or are we just pissing in the wind here?
I'd rather somebody been very truthful and say, look, I don't want to do this. And then you go, okay, cool. Then you don't worry about it. But when you put your energy into it and then don't show up, I was like, this.
You know he's gotta get away. Tommy is 2 hours late.
Kind of, you know, irritates me a little bit. It's like, skip the crap, man. It's like, I don't care what you did in your personal life. I don't care what you did in your personal life. It's like, I want to get on with it.
He's nowhere close. In fact, he hasn't even left yet, and it looks to us, you know, according to his people and everything, that he's not coming.
Yeah.
Don't do it to the press.
Yeah.
I don't give
Give us a second.
a lot of was running through my head. Between me and Nicky, we're like, whatever, you know? What else do you want to do?
It's selfish, that's all. He didn't care about the fans. All he cares about himself.
Yeah.
Vince flew in from Vegas. I put doctor's appointments for my kids on hold. You know, canceled a sold-out tour. You got a hip replacement to do this.
Yeah.
You know, him. You know, to just walk away from this after we had made so much progress would have been sad. The pros are here, right? At that time, I was wasn't really sure what it was. You know, was it that the people were busy or not feeling trust in the band? You know, I don't know. It obviously still wasn't a band. I think for Tommy, the frustration has been he can't focus on Motley Crue. You know, Tommy's into many things, so he ends up putting himself in a position where he gets spread out. That's not a band. That's a bunch of solo artists.
What's really missing, and it's a detriment, is sort of that internal band spark. Right now, we don't have that. These guys need to do it themselves. None of us can make that happen. That's something they're gonna have to do.
The thing that is great about the guys in this band is that when they do make mistakes or they are late, they will apologize.
Just got to say something out of just concern. I'm just asking everybody to be patient with me because I just did 13 days in a row. So I'm up to here with the rest. Okay, like I'm over it. I just see a video camera, I want to smash it. Yeah. So be patient. If I get cranky, it's only because I've been up at 5 in the morning every morning for that book. Got it. Yeah. And I'm just over it. Yeah. So if I'm a little cranky, it's just because I'm over it, and it has nothing to do with you guys. Sometimes I freak out just because I'm tired. I'm tired.
It ended up working out, and hopefully it won't go happen again.
You are entering the conference now.
Who's that, Nikki?
No, it's Garner.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Hey.
Is there anyone else on?
No, this is Vince. Hello. Hey guys, it's Tommy. Okay, well we're still waiting on Nikki and Nick. We got Vince. Oh, I'm here. Oh, hey, how you doing, bud? Who's it? Nikki. I think we got everybody. Yeah, cool.
Exit for me.
We need to feel that we're doing something. It just doesn't look like a rock band standing against a wall. Right. I mean, if you guys have any ideas, I'm all ears because we can take it anywhere. Maybe picturing somebody driving 200 miles an hour singing a song is a lot. So you know what? That makes sense to me. Vince is in a car. Yeah, that's bold, you know? But I think that's really cool because if people read the book and they heard the story, you know, even as a fan, I would dig it.
Wow. When you all have ideas at the same time, it's like, yeah, and then we can do this, and yeah, we can do this.
And then pretty soon we're going in the same creative direction.
I would actually feel better and less exploited if I was in a coffin and lowered into a grave. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Look at that, dude. Hills. Can you see those?
Any one of us could have died a long time ago. The drugs, and then obviously the car thing with me. Yeah. And you know, in Tommy jail, you know. God, that would be so powerful, bro. You know, take the home.
It was very cool, you know, and I think that really solidified the band right then.
That day was an important day because I felt that excitement. I felt that bond. I felt that understanding of who we are.
Now we've had everyone in one room. Everyone's making this the priority. The big statement was made by Tommy, where he said the book is not my priority anymore.
Tommy called me today and said, we're all on, let's do this, okay? It's doable. Pretty powerful, man. Yeah. This band's got some balls. I like it. No, I mean, that's what makes you guys what you are. Yeah, cool.
when you went on your solo career that you didn't want to play Crüe songs anymore?
I don't think that's important. The fans want it, and we're going to do this, so that's what's important.
Mick, how are you feeling, dude? You gonna about furl this?
I'm gonna kick your ass, I'll tell you that.
Mick did it. He did it. He forced himself to get stronger.
It just seemed to get stronger and stronger. That's cool. So that really gives me a lot of hope from Nick.
Maybe in some roundabout way, maybe we've saved his life, or we've, added some years onto it.
I never wanted sympathy at all, ever. Ever, ever, ever. I think people are questioning me if I'm gonna make it. Watch me.
Well, we're light years ahead of where we were a few months ago. This band has become a gang again.
We're always having a party by
We're the only
ourselves.
ones that like us.
We have no friends left. What's happening?
Madison Square Garden, we got 1,000 tickets left. Minneapolis, Philadelphia, we have by far exceeded all promoters' and building and expectations. This is a Led Zeppelin-like comeback tour. It's amazing, Al.
Led Zeppelin comeback tour. You gotta love that.
In a band and their music. And one day we had a Motley Crue.
Everything that Motley Crue does is huge. For a show, Motley Crue, anything can happen.
Well done. 45 seconds. 45 seconds. Let's go. 45 here. Come on, nice. Full band power. Love everyone of you. Out there tonight. Rips. Crüe style.
The combination of the four of us is like becomes this entity of some kind that people just go like, whoa.
We're a bit older, and we realize that we treat each other with respect, and we can just keep doing this and having a blast.
There's going to be blow-ups. I mean, there's going to be times I'm pissed off at somebody, and there's times some people are pissed off at me. And you deal with it instead of throwing a bottle of Jack Daniels at your head.
There are bands that are like the new Lexus. It's very shiny, cushy seats, good for mom and dad. Then there's Motley Crue, always ready to blow. I've always said we're not built to last, but in a nice twist in the end, wouldn't it be funny if we did?
I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, I'll tell you.